YouTube Above Average Code here, and today we talk about the Optic Gaming roster, and well, we speculate on the Halo Optic Gaming roster for the new season because we have some new rumors from Formal himself. And while we already covered what I think Formal is actually going to end up doing in terms of Halo, I think we're pretty confident here that he's going to be back in Halo because I just can't see the other avenues. If you guys want to see me discuss that, I'll link that video down below. But the latest thing from CDL Scrim Intel, a pretty reliable source for CDL news, so I'd imagine the Halo news is about as good. Supposedly Formal said on stream that he has no plans currently, at least, to play with anybody from this past year's team. Now, this is probably a little bit of bait, and people are going, not bait from Formal, but probably bait posting it as like a rumor and Rostermania news, because people are probably just going to run a little too wild with it. Now, it's Rostermania, guys. You know, leaks happen. Plans change probably 5, 6, 7 times before a roster's actually locked in. So just because Formal has no plans currently, or says he has no plans currently to play with nobody on from last year's team, does not mean that that is how it's going to shake out. But operating off this rumor, I think, is the perfect time to kind of say what my dream God squad is, because obviously Formal also mentioned he's only going to come back to Halo if he has a squad that he thinks he can win every single event with. So I'm going to mention what I think that roster could potentially be. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying I think this would be the best case scenario. And that roster is obviously Formal. I mean, hey, he's already on the team and this is his God squad. So obviously, Snakebite, you take Royal 2, and then you take Renegade, all right? There's been a lot of rumors about Renegade coming over to Optic, and I mean, that's kind of just the lowest hanging fruit. Dude's an absolute demon. Dude really wants to win. He's kind of bounced around trying to find that dream roster, and this could be his opportunity at a dream roster. But you take two seasoned winning veterans like Snakebite and Royal 2, and I don't see any reason Formal wouldn't want to play with them. Two of the winningest Halo players currently, two absolute vets still playing at the tip top of their game. They fit the exact mold of not only Formal, but what Formal could possibly want in a teammate. And obviously, I'm talking a little bit like I know the guy. I don't know Formal personally. I'd like to. Formal, if you're watching, please reach out. I'd love to talk. But this is just speculation, and I think that would be a really good trio. Now, you throw in somebody like Renegade, who plays very fast. Again, I mentioned he's a demon. He's been compared to Lucid in Season 1 and 2 as potentially the two best players in the league, and that could be a great add, because while you have these veterans that play probably the best fundamental Halo you are ever going to see, you have somebody like Renegade that can fly out, push the pace, and absolutely just fry the other team. And on top of that, guys, they're all really good personalities to be on Optic Gaming, which I obviously care a little bit about, guys, and anybody that's been on the channel for more than a week knows how big of an Optic fan I am. And I guess I should have worn the Optic Phase hat today with this conversation, but that's neither here nor there. But that's kind of the roster that I am imagining. And obviously this leaves out Frosty, which hurts me ever so deep inside, guys, because I've always been a really big fan of Frosty, even when he went to the CDL for a little bit of time there, and it hurts to leave him off of this, but I really do think that is kind of, in my imagination, the best roster. This would fit everything that Formal has talked about. This fits the most recent news of him saying he doesn't plan on playing with anybody from last year's team, which there's been no rumors about Dead Zone, at least not that I've seen, or at least not that he's talked about. I haven't been able to find anything, but I feel like no news isn't necessarily good news. I mean, we even saw with the CDL yesterday, actually, Toronto Ultra announced their roster, and Hcs, who was on the team last year, literally was like, huh? Like, what? Like, he basically got left out of everything, and now they have a 4-stack, so now he's still a free agent. He didn't even know, it seems. And that's just the type of stuff that happens in Rostermania, guys. But I really do think that would be probably not only the best product Optic could put out there, I think it's very possible that a roster like this happens. The only thing is I don't know what contracts look like over on FaZe's side? Are Renegade, Snakebite, Royal 2, or even Frosty you could interchange in this? Are they able to just leave FaZe? You know, do they have to make some kind of agreement? I don't know that aspect of things and how it works. If anybody is by some chance better versed on that business side of things, feel free to comment below. But that's kind of my dream Optic roster, guys. I think that fits the mold of everything here, and above all else, I think that would be a squad that absolutely has potential to win any and possibly every event in the HCS. But again, I can't speak on the likelihood and whether or not I think it could happen, but I think all around, each 4 of them would be a really amazing roster. Now, obviously, I've been seeing a lot of people speculating that Lucid would be in the mix there, with Renegade being added, and then somebody else. People are talking about, like, a young guy being added, like somebody like Last Shot or something like that, guys. But I feel like that's, based on everything I've seen and heard and experienced in past Rostermanias, I don't think that is very likely to happen. First off, I don't see Lucid leaving Trippy, which, talk all the trash you want on Lucid, but that is the type of friend, if they stay together, despite everything that's been said, if they stay together, man, that is the type of friend we all want, all right? You cannot hate on that one single bit. All right, Trippy is nasty. The only thing is, Optic had so many inconsistencies. I really think Formal was probably the most consistent on the roster. Obviously, he's been consistent across his very long career, but inconsistencies are what really hurt Optic. So I don't see Lucid being a solo with or being a duo with Formal, I guess, and then picking up 2 people perhaps from FaZe. On top of, like, the Last Shot and these other younger Halo players being picked up, I just don't see Formal taking that plunge. Formal is very open about, you know, he doesn't know what he wants to do. He doesn't know how many more events he has. Each event could literally be his last event. He doesn't know, right? So taking the plunge on a young guy that maybe you have to kind of mold into this HCS superstar, I just don't see Formal biting on that line, dude. I just don't see it. I don't see him taking that plunge. Obviously, I'd be pumped if somebody like Last Shot came to Optic. Dude is amazing, and he follows me back on Twitter. Shout out to him. You're absolute legend here. But I just don't see that being likely, and this is just purely my speculation, my headspace, but that's kind of everything I want to lay out there for you guys. I think that's the roster that I'd like to see. I don't know how likely it is, but it would be pretty cool. So we got my man Formal, we got Snakebite, we have Renegade, and we have Royal 2. Let's see it happen. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Guys, hit the subscribe button. A lot of Halo content. We'll be grinding Black Ops 6 soon. I'm shocked how much you guys have been enjoying the Rostermania content, and honestly, it's been really fun. It's been keeping me up to date with everything, and it's just a new level of excitement I didn't think I could have. So hit that sub button, leave a thumbs up on the video, especially if you want more Rostermania content. Comment below, let me know what you think the Optic roster will be, FaZe roster, any other speculation you want to throw down there. Share it with me, guys. I've been reading every comment, although I haven't been replying to every single one. I've been very up to date on as much as I can be. And then finally, guys, channel memberships and super thanks. If you'd like to support me monetarily, it helps me out a lot as a content creator, but please do not feel like you have to. But alrighty, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Appreciate all the support lately, especially on the live streams. And stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next video.